Hi guys, welcome. This video is about ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. So we will we'll maintain, but also we will develop more and more the Tweak tools and the other apps that we have, because frankly it's just fun, right? And that's why we're on Linux, because it's fun. So I have somewhere in my machine here a virtual box thing. Just choose one of them and boot it up, and that way I can make a tutorial about, oops, let's be quick, yeah, okay, boot existing OS, and make a video about the ArcoLinux Tweak Tool that we've changed. Now I guess I've been playing around with all these settings, so I guess this one was not the right choice. Power down. Let's take another one. There we go. So one of my goals was for July and August 2021 was learn about Python, learn about GTK, and when I'm good and ready, I will also make tutorials about how to build your own apps, right? So Ctrl-T, when we install, and at this point in time it's still, let's do first a get. This thing is get the databases in. You're not updating, that's the update thing. This is just sync. So get the updates in, that's one thing. This particular package is still the development package, but as soon as I've made these videos, I'll create a new package and it will become the official one. So in this video, it's called dev, and otherwise you have the normal regular package. ArcoLinux Tweak Tool Git is the normal name. Dev is for development, and that's what I'm gonna install. So we're going from so July 6th version to August 10th version, and we switch, and then we can show you the new things. Ctrl-Alt-E is gonna go for a new version of ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. So lots of things are exactly the same. Let's go over them maybe in short, right? If you want to auto start something, like for instance blank is one of them. It's super simple, blank blank blank, and that's that, right? And blank will be auto started next time. Add, that's it. A comment is a comment, right? Not needed. So it's simple as that. It's not gonna boot, it's gonna boot and remove. Desktop is where you install things, 22 desktops extra, right? This is XS, I think it was, that I booted up. So XS, no software available. Grub is where when you boot up, you have this standard look, but you can change your look, apply the wallpaper, get your own wallpaper in, and so on. LightDM, if you have it, right? We've moved to Sdm, but if you have LightDM, you can toggle auto login and set your default desktop here. This is new. Here we should say something. So the ArcoLinux mirror list. Remember the message that we moved to another seat host computer or system server, right? The bandwidth was all out, 21 terabytes was just out, flat out. So we bought ourselves a new server. Now I was thinking, how can we avoid or be more like a house father and say, okay, is there a way to conserve our bandwidth? And that's the way. Enable the seat host repo. If you do not enable it, you can save us bandwidth. So what's going to happen? We have now this Narco thing. We call it Narco mirror list, which is not yet there. But let's see if update has been done. Oh, it has not been done. So there you go. It's a virtual box, right? So we have this alias that's called Narco mirror list, right? The fun part is that it's called Narco, of course. And basically it's going to edit the ArcoLinux mirror list. And what we do here is activate and deactivate the seat host repo, which means if you deactivate seat host, you will conserve my bandwidth, But the next line, the next mirror list is going to be belnet. Now, and let's have a look because, well, Firefox is not installed, Eric. So F12, right? Sudo pacman -s Firefox. There is no browser on this machine. That's your XS for you. Ctrl-Alt-F. Well, let's do this first. So that's finished. After a thing like that, you go check and you see, are there skells? Yes, there are some skells in here. Skell. And when I type skell, it's gonna copy paste all the configuration over. When I type cb, copy bash, it's gonna copy the bash or C over and also activate it. So now I can show you the narco mirror list, right? N nano arco mirror list, narco. So this here is the server of and seed host. Remember the bike and thing? So when we do this here and we go and open it again, it's added a hashtag in front of it, meaning it's just gonna be text. It's not used, meaning it's going to get all the packages from Belnet. Bandwidth is costing us €0 in for Belnet. The thing is, I don't know if it's still having issues, but it can be down from time to time, right? So we're happy to be hosted here next to Debian and Ubuntu's and all that. But here it is, ArcoLinux, yay, right? So all our stuff is in here. So if you update your system at this point in time, this is hashtagged. So Ctrl-Alt-T, when I update, it's not coming from seed host. We're sparing bandwidth, and that's what we ask you, right? If you say, okay, I'm not a beta tester, I don't want the cutting edge packages that we put out, then this is a great option. And you can save us bandwidth by doing that. Every 12 hours we get an update. I believe it's like 3 in the morning in Belgium then, and 3 in the afternoon. Twice a day it's gonna sync with our seed host anyway, right? So you're maximum 12 hours behind. So that's that. We've been thinking about conserving bandwidth. Then we have NeoFetch. You know NeoFetch, how to show you some information. Ctrl-T, that's NeoFetch for you. All the info there. Was a user saying, hey, I want to have something else and all that. I told him, like I will tell you, that the bash RC is the place to have a look. Please have a look because it's awesome. What's in here is just great, but you need to read it and test it out. Because in here is NeoFetch, you see? But in here is so much more. ScreenFetch, UFetch, UFetch Arco, PaleoFetch, ALCI, and the lolcat thing, SFetch. So lots of fun stuff in there, and you choose how you are greeted in your terminal. So that's NeoFetch. Pacman, everything stays the same. Privacy, the same. Sdm is totally new, and user I should explain as well. So first Sdm. The package that we've provided is called Sdm Configuration. Now Sdm Configuration, I'll probably abandon it. Why? I've put an issue online on their GitHub. It's from LXDE group. I think so. I don't remember again. But this is the problem. This is incorrect. It just should say XFCE. So if you have different desktops like XFCE and BSPM and Herbstluft and Awesome, and you want to switch, as default auto login session, it will not work, right? Because he's gonna write a path. He shouldn't be writing a path. He should be writing XFCE, Plasma, Cinema, right? So that has been for months. I've reported it and still no change there. So we're thinking about losing that package and going for our own configuration, because it's not that difficult to set everything, and we've already a nice login for it, and sorry, an alias for it, and sddm nano etc sdm.conf. This can be, this here is just a GUI to go to here and say user is Eric, session is xfce, that's auto login, and the theme is gonna be ArcoLinux Sugar Candy. So that's all it needs. So we've changed some things. Auto login, apply settings. Maybe it's better I open Sublime so you see it immediately. And then etc sddm sddm.conf. Right, sudo pacman -s Sublime. I have all these apps on our Excel, right? The cruise ship. So, zooming in, this has now hashtags saying to the system, do not auto login. Auto login. Apply settings. All right, we're logging in again with xfce and Eric. Okay, cool. You can also log in with something else. So if we install ArcoLinux Tweak Tool is open, Eric. We install awesome. Boom. Awesome is installed. And we probably need to reboot so we can reload everything. It's gonna see, oh, awesome is on my machine. What did we do now? That was strange. That was the old one. You see, this is the old one. Ah, yeah. The ArcoLinux Tweak Tool, the tool here that for the installation, includes the ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. Since it's the def we're using, it overrides it. So back to my def. No, Eric, don't do it. Type it. Sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux Tweak Tool def. All right, got it back. ArcoLinux E, and then this will not happen, right? Because then, and after making this video, they'll be just the same thing. It's the def will become the real thing. So sddm xfce, ooh, look at that, awesome, right? Apply settings, boom, session is awesome by default. So these possibilities are in there. Oh, I could have done a refresh list of SDM themes because it reloads the application. So it's gonna reload also the desktop sessions. We have these on our machine, right? Standard, just the one to be the idea is to have a minimal installation. There is no, if you've seen it, there's no editor. Sublime Text needs to be installed. There's no browser. Firefox needs to be installed. That's the XS, extra small. Now if you're missing these themes, the theme that you love, boom, ArcoLinux SDM themes installed. Refresh the list, so it's a reload of the application. We go to sddm, and there you are. I can choose my materia, which I love, and apply the settings, which will change here to ArcoLinux Sugar Candy. Click, right? ArcoLinux materia. We can remove again, because installing is one thing, and then maybe you have regrets, right? You can remove it, but if you remove it, all of the sddm packages will be removed. Also the default, the Sugar Candy thing, which is good if you want that. What are you going to keep? LRun, Maldives, Maya. That's it. And all the rest is gone. All the ArcoLinux stuff is gone. If you don't want that, and you want to keep one, the theme, the default theme, whatever it's going to be in 2 years' time, right? Then they're removed. But let's refresh. We're going to keep just the one. You see, 3 plus 1. And then we can say again, no XFCE theme, ArcoLinux Sugar Candy, fine, apply. And then we go and have a look up here, awesome, XFCE, down here, ArcoLinux Sugar Candy. So editing these files is the way to go. But there is a graphical user interface called ArcoLinux Tweak Tool to do just that. Just a click and then everything is applied. I think that covers everything here, which means next up is Termite. Well, we'll keep Termite as long as it works. I know it's dead and all that, but we have so many nice themes for it, right? It's too bad that all these themes will not be used anymore, because it's great. Apply theme, settings applied, and then Termite is probably, yeah, it's installed. There you go. As long as it works, why would we not use it? But gradually you'll see that we'll change Termite into Alacrity probably, and your XVT will be there. So we have two of them. F12 is also super interesting, right? XFC4 drop down, or in Guake, in GNOME and Budgies is the official drop down, and we have also a drop down in Plasma. So we'll keep the official ones. But as long as Termite works, right? Have fun with it. Have fun with Pariso, apply theme, and make your own key binding, right? If you say, Eric, but you've got no key bindings anymore. True. So change it. Change the key bindings. Stay in control. Keyboard, application shortcuts, and your Control-Alt-T. You need to change it or to anything, any terminal out there, because I know other people use other terminals. That's okay. The theme switcher works if you're on i3. If you're on Awesome, we have this working and covered for you. This is new, and it's best way to show that in VirtualBox, because I need to log out, log in. So many of our desktops, 22, many of our desktops do not have that. Plasma by default has it. And I took a look at the Plasma layout, and I just took exactly the same look and layout. So username is gonna be, I don't know, Joe. Right? Joe. That's my login actually, right? And again, the rest can be Joe Smith or something. That's the name. Account type, I think most of us will say, let's be administrator, right? So we're able to install stuff, but maybe for a child or something, you may want to use standard, maybe, but then it's the password. So I'm gonna go for Joe again, otherwise I'll forget. So Joe, that's it. Joe Smith, Joe. Fill in the fields, create your account, apply settings. User has been created. And that's what we give you now for all the 22 desktops. That's gonna work. If it's not available in the standard machine, right, the standard desktop, it will be available now via the Tweak tool. We'll have to wait until it pops up, Eric. Come on. Joe is here. Password is Joe. And there you go. So the difference is there a reason for us to do that? File system, home, this happens, right? If you mess up your configurations somehow, then this is gonna be, again, a clean install. What happens is, it's all filled in. Is it? It is. .config, it's all filled in. Where it's coming from? etc skel, right? It's super important folder inside your system. All the configurations that are in etc skel have been copied over. And if you had problems with opening applications, that you say I double click a certain file and it opens the wrong application, there it is again. This is the original MIME apps list that is saying, well, open this with that. Open this with Sublime Text, open this with etc, etc. So that's your link between the docx and Word, right? That's the same thing. Linking between extensions and applications. But there's so much more. All the conkeys are back in and working everything. Alacrity is back, working as it should. So that's maybe a reason why you'd say, I'm gonna switch my account and work from here now because I messed it up, right? Besides a clean install, that's maybe not a bad idea to do so. All right. I think that was the end, but not the end of the tweak tool. Oh yeah, other password, right? Did you see the Joe thing there? So this was the last thing we've explained, and the last thing is then ZSH. If you switch to ZSH, you can change the theme. Use to ZSH. What's that? Use to ZSH. Joe, password Joe, Eric. Password Joe. Okay. Change shell for Joe. Shell changed. Now log out. Log out. Okay, cool. That I can do. Log out. It's not part of the tweak tool. You know already this, but okay. I always teach more than the title of the video says, right? And this is your theme. Random theme cloud loaded. Control T. Another theme. Zan. Another theme. Every single time I get a surprise because the theme is different every single time. And I like it like that. And at some point in time, you say, oh, I like this and that and that, right? And then you go change it. You say, these are my themes. A theme, random candidates, Robbie Russell and Agnoster, those are the guys I like. And those are the guys I really don't like. Pygmalion, don't like that one, right? And then we save everything, Control T, and it's gonna be Agnoster now, Control T. It's gonna be Robbie Russell now, Control T. It's gonna be Agnoster now, Control T. It's gonna be Robbie Russell, right? So it's gonna switch between two things now. Voila, that covers our new tool. So it has been a fun way of learning, because learning Python and GTK is fun, right? If you like the learning part, of course. This is normal. There can be only one tweak tool, right? So there was a little file somewhere that says there is already something running, and it's on the other account, of course. Oh, Joe is Joe, and Eric is Eric. There we go. User, SDM, and mirrors. And there's a lot more in mind to develop. All right, have fun.